My wife and I talk about this all the time. Fear. I solely believe fear has been widely confused or interchanged or redefined in maybe an ill manner, masked for comfortability. We're comfortable due to the fact that we fear, which is fearing change. We fear what's on the other side of something, you know. We've been told, groomed, right? Lessoned, right? We've been manipulated, and I'm not saying negatively, so to speak. I'm just saying, just by default, the psyche of people have been told to believe at least it's not as bad as it looks, or it can always be worse. Again, my take on at least the cup is half full. But the people who are able to pivot, the people who are able to, take that opportunity, take the risk, face fear, face change, face isolation, face sacrifice, face discipline, face commitment. The people who are willing to do that, they're not necessarily seeing the physical. They're not necessarily seeing what's in front of them at the moment. They're not necessarily living or being driven by emotions at the moment. Although their cup is half full or even a quarter full, there's some drops in it. They're like, man, but I still got 90% of my cup still empty, excuse me. Or if my cup is 50% full, I got it half, still got a half empty. I'm optimistically looking to improve my situation. And a lot of people aren't gonna do that. Why? Because you're not necessarily ready or tired of your situation. It's easy to be content and complacent. It's easy to not put in 1,000 applications, right? Because you see, we get tired of trying new things or not being in proximity of things that we're used to. That's what we get tired. Like, we get tired of actually thinking about a plan or strategy to change our situation. We're like, man, this is hard. I'll just stay in this relationship because at least whatever. At least he buys me what I want. Although I'm still not emotionally drawn to him, right? Like, whatever the case may be. In that example, we're identifying the flaws in our current situation, yet we're looking at every little thing, the just differences that for some reason in our head make sense to not change our situation. So I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, so I think what this means is fear is masked as comfortability, and people are going around trying to defend the fact that they're actually not happy or content. Although they're telling us, although they're showing us in their actions, body language, mannerisms, that is not the case, Fear is keeping us stuck. The idea, whether it's ignorance or knowledge, like whether we know what can be, whether we know there's a high percent of positive outcome or chance on the other side, we're like, well, what happens if it don't work out, right? Even if something is proven, at least with a high percentage of possibility or opportunity, what happens if it don't work out? Fear, right? I'm good here. Why do I need to change? if I really don't know it's gonna work out? Well, do we really know anything is gonna really work out? Anything we do? I don't think so. You know, so I hear these terms: fear, afraid, I'm not sure, or what did you do, right? These terms come up that are kind of synonymous, that work hand in hand. And for me, it's simply as put. And of course, there's gonna be a bias to it because I'm not a fearful person, right? But also my environment promoted me not to be, because if what I've seen or what I've been introduced to sucked me in and I allowed it to, and I didn't want change, this is a whole different story, right? So for me, again, as simply as put, when you're ready for change, when you're ready for a certain level of commitment, certain level of sacrifice, discipline, isolation, and maturity, fear, it lessens. It doesn't go away. It just lessens. Right? You look at the pros, you write down the pros, you write down the timeline, you write down the goals, you write down the budget, right? Because we all have a little bit of anxiety. We all have a little bit of like the unknown, right? We're human. We're emotional creatures. But your situation has to be detrimental enough, or the feeling that you have due to your situation has to be, you know, volatile. I like to use that word, I guess, for lack of better terminology. It has to be volatile enough for you to say, this is, I can't remain static in this. Like I gotta change it up. You have to see the writing on the wall for yourself. It doesn't matter what people are telling you. You have to know that if you stay in this any longer, it's gonna kill something in your life. So once you start feeling that and seeing that for yourself, you're gonna make that change. It's personal, it's subjective. That's just what it is. Nobody can really motivate one. All what people, because motivation is pure experience. Motivation, me motivating somebody else motivating a group of people, it's from their own experience. It's because people have a way to influence people's thoughts and actions and some sort of skill, right? I guess. But at the end of the day, you make your own choice. People, places, and things are help to influence your choice. Whether it's deter your reasoning of change, which is a negative thing, especially if your change is positive, or help promote your change. And look, for me, guys, I'm here to help promote any positive change you're looking to have. I want to be an accountability partner for you guys, whoever lands on this video. Whether you're subbed or not, leave a comment. I want to promote change for y'all, man. Just want to put it in the airways.